Regular Rick, also champthefox, here to give you a little bit of a stretching routine that you can practice prior to getting down on the mats or doing any form of pet play. Very important to stretch to get yourself nice and limber so you can avoid any potential injuries. So, it's pretty easy to remember. This routine got developed because I'm actually a black belt in Tang Soo Do, so I have stretched since I was like 10 years old. So, what you do is you work from the top to the bottom. So, we start at the top. We're gonna go ahead and stretch out our neck. It's very important to stretch out our neck because the posture that we take when we are pet playing is different than the posture we take when we are standing upright. Okay, so we're gonna go back and forth, up and down, and also side to side. That way we are making sure that all of the bones in our neck are getting effectively used. All right, so once you've done a little bit of that, make sure you do at least, like 5 to 10 seconds. 30 can be even better, depends on your level of need. Then we're gonna go ahead and go to the wrists. Very important to stretch our wrists because again, with pet play, right, we are gonna be landing on our paws. We're gonna have our fingers in a very different position than we would just standing around in normal life. So we're gonna stretch out these wrists by rotating them in nice circles one way and then the opposite way. And when that's feeling nice and warmed up, we're gonna go ahead and go to our elbows. So we're just gonna go ahead and try to rotate only that first part of our arm to make sure that our elbows have full range of movement, making these little, kind of like a plane, like with propellers. And then go back the other way too, of course. Do several rotations until that's feeling nice and warm and smooth. And we're gonna go all the way to our shoulders. Try to make big motions with those shoulders if you can. Of course, this is about what your comfort level is. As you continue to stretch, you will find that you are more able to do various movements in larger circles, right? So you noticed I also swapped that, so now I'm going forwards. There we go. Also recommend doing these hugs. Hug yourself. Give yourself a little hug. Stretch that out too. Get that motion down. All right. And again, you might feel your arms are starting to tingle, right? That's probably good. That means blood is flowing, muscles are moving, and all of that. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and change to our spine. All right, so I like to reach over, and this way you're gonna try to relax into. Some of these, this routine is a mix of dynamic and static stretching. So you're getting a little bit of both with these. Get back the other way. See how far you can reach down comfortably. And as you get a little bit more warmed up, you can stretch a little bit further maybe. This, you want to make sure you're not tipping forward when you do this. Try to keep nice up and down. Don't do this so you can reach further. That's not the point of this one. This is just making sure your spine can twist in this direction and that direction. Nice. All right, cool, great job. Now we're gonna go ahead and fold forward and try to touch our toes, or as close as you can get. I'm not very flexible in this particular direction. I'm flexible in a lot of directions, but not this one. And you kind of reach as best you can. Apologies for the car driving by. Bending, so now you're taking your spine. Go in this direction. You're gonna try to keep these knees straight, but if you need to, it is okay to go ahead and bend them so you can reach a little bit further so you can feel that stretch back here too. That's okay. And then if you can, go ahead and do a little bit backwards too, just to get the spine tipped in that direction also. I have to hold my ears so they don't fall off. Nice. That one can be tricky. And then forwards again. Very good. Great. Great job. Now let's do some twists also. This is just like the neck. You want to do all the back and forth, side to side, and twists. So the exercise here with the twists is you want to try to keep these hips mostly forward. Don't let them, don't cheat yourself by bending, like doing weird things with your knees. Just try to keep bottom part planted so you can isolate the spine. And I'm not doing it perfectly here, but the goal is to really stretch out the spine with this one. Very important that we get our spine nice and warmed up for pet play. Cool, great. Now we're gonna go ahead and move down to the hips. So for hips, you're gonna wanna spread out. And this can take you a moment to feel comfortable sinking in because you're really gonna feel it here. And I like to also bend over to add a little bit more stretch there in those thighs. As you get comfy, you might be able to worm yourself down a little bit deeper. Put your hands down if that helps. Feel that stretch out, right? Okay. Awesome. And then we're gonna wanna open our hips up the other direction too. You can tell I cannot do the splits. That is not something I've ever been able to do. But if you can rotate around, now you're going to open your hips in another way. Okay? So this, if you can, you can put your heel down, or your foot flat, whatever feels good. Maybe back and forth a little bit. Like I said, it's the static and the dynamic stretching both mixing together to create a better experience. Because both are useful for both different situations. One kind of prevents an injury and the other helps you recover afterwards. So both are good. Don't listen to anyone who says only dynamic stretch or only static stretch. You want both. Okay. I think those hips are feeling pretty good. Let's get one more in here. I'm gonna go ahead and take these feet, put them together, put them down here. And then as deep as you can get these, depends on what your level already is, but you can also kind of push down a little bit. Again, you're going to feel this throughout the thighs. If you're real fancy, you can go ahead and grab your feet and then curl towards your feet, like you're going to kiss your toes. Nice. All right, let's get back up and now work on our legs. Our legs are extremely important because we're going to be using our legs a lot for pet play. Okay, so if it helps you, go ahead and have a table or an object nearby to help you balance. Again, this is your karate talking, so I can balance. But you're gonna wanna grab your knee and just lift it as close to your chest as you can get it. Don't worry if you can't do quite this much. I like to kind of fold it over to the side too, so I feel a stretch through there, through my butt. I also like to come out to the side a little bit, then I feel it here. Go ahead and grab the ankle, twist it over, because this is a different stretch. Again, like I said, if you need to grab an object, totally cool. Alright. And don't feel the need to do this next one. I do this one because I'm a crazy person. Okay. Ooh. No, it feels good though. It feels good for me. That's why I do this one. More common one that you're probably used to, that you're going to want to do is this guy right here. Very important to get your legs warmed up for this. That way you have all that movement and motion in your legs. And then of course, obviously, you're going to want to repeat what you just did for the same leg because we have two legs. That way we can have all our paws ready to go. A little bit quickly so that I can continue on to the next portion for you. But really, this is about doing it for as long as you feel a need. I recommend holding each pose for, like I said, 10 to 15 seconds at minimum. better to go for 30. If you're really looking to increase your range of motion and flexibility. If you're looking to just quickly get ready before a mosh, you know, like, you don't have to go overboard. All right, cool. Another thing you can do is, of course, like very dynamic leg sweeps. So if you put yourself in a stance, you go ahead and sweep your leg up. You can see why we did this one in karate all the time, but it's still applicable. This is still gonna help you get ready. And you can see I'm just gradually increasing how high I'm able to get that. I don't start off trying to kick all the way to my head. I'm very close to just ramp my way up so that I don't hurt anything. Because I'm almost 37, okay? So I don't want to hurt anything. And then out to the side also is very good. Very similar to that other stretch, but this is the dynamic version of it. Okay? Awesome, cool. All right, so we've gotten our legs now. This is great, we're almost there. For the ankles, you can go ahead and take a seat. I usually like to cross the foot over so we can get to the ankle here. I'm just gonna help rotate it around with our hand. Just little circles. Also extremely important for pet play, especially, you know, instead of being on your knees, you use your toes for your propulsion, for your movement. Of course, turn it back and rotate it the other way too, and then work the toes too, okay? Pull them out, scrunch them down, pull them out, feel it right here, okay? And then the tops of the feet. Your feet are gonna be a big help to helping you be nimble. All right, so we wanna make sure that they're ready and prepared. So get on the other side, do those motions one way and the other way. Very, very good. Nice. And then stretch those toes again. Get them ready. Get them ready. And of course, obviously, you can use these stretches for just about any physical activity. You know, if you're gonna go on a run, or you're gonna do some lifting at the gym or whatever, like. But these are the ones that I typically do to get me ready to have fun, frisky play times. So I hope this has been helpful. Like I said, it's a fairly quick routine that you can go through before you get on those mats, just to make sure that you are ready to go in all the crazy fun ways you'll be getting up to, wrestling with other critters and just enjoying yourself. Yep. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know.